The bright lights and action of Reno, Nevada offer one sort of entertainment and recreation experience. But with our Lexus LX 570, we had another kind of fun in mind. The hills and curves of the roads around Reno allowed us to enjoy the power, handling, and braking ability of our Lexus as we gobbled up all sorts of scenic terrain in comfort. A bit south and east of Reno, Virginia City preserves some of the Wild West history that brought this area into prominence. Gold and silver mining activity from the Comstock lode brought nearly 30,000 residents to Virginia City in the 1870s and led to riches that helped build the city of San Francisco. Luminaries of the day like Mark Twain and Bret Hart called the city home at one time and helped to spread the area's fame throughout the country. Nowadays, only about 1,000 residents call the city home, but many buildings from the boom era still stand throughout Virginia City, and various unique museums, shops, and other attractions make the town a tourist magnet. We then headed farther east to get off the beaten track and to explore some much more desolate remains of mining days, and much earlier than that, in the Shoshone Mountains. The town of Grantsville had its beginnings in 1863 when gold was first discovered there. About 50 people moved to the area, but the claim they worked quickly ran out and it became a ghost town until 1877, when the Alexander Company arrived on the scene and bought out the remaining claims. A mill was built, and mining activity was renewed with about 1,000 residents moving to town. By 1881, Grantsville had more than 40 businesses serving it. As with so many towns in this boom time, things quickly went bust. The population moved on, and in 1887, the post office closed, signaling the end. Between 1907 and 1947, a few small-scale revivals occurred, but the town was never able to sustain itself. We found a number of structures still standing in town, but no residents other than some deer. A few miles north of Grantsville is the town of Berlin. Berlin, founded in 1897, is now part of a state park and, as such, is preserved and maintained, unlike Grantsville. In Berlin, signs mark some of the buildings and provide information on the town's history. Berlin's boom lasted until 1907, when the miners went on strike for higher wages than the mine owners could afford. The mine was closed, and by 1911 the population dwindled to nothing. The reason the town is a state park hasn't really got to do with its mining heritage. It has to do with another kind of a find: fossilized remains of marine reptiles called ichthyosaurs, dating back to prehistoric dinosaur days. Back then, this dry, dusty desert was an ocean, and some of the fossils that have been found are up to 50 feet in length. The remains were discovered in modern times in 1928, but excavations did not begin in earnest until the 1950s. Today, you can view the painstaking paleontology dig inside a glass-walled pavilion. Our Lexus LX 570 was just as at home on the rough, dusty trails lacing through the old mining areas as it was on the smooth highways around the Reno area. Despite all the luxury trappings of the Lexus, it's still a very serious, confident, capable off-pavement vehicle, ready to conquer just about any kind of terrain. In the region we toured, we encountered a wide variety of driving conditions. And the LX remained comfortable and fun to drive throughout it all, and made a great trip even better.